Hey, welcome to another edition of DevHub Live. I am your host, Joe. Thanks again for joining us today. We have a great episode. I am by myself today because we are action-packed here with multiple developers talking all about AI agents. This is born out of a few different things. So if you've been following along, we have had Bitte protocol on a few times to do actual like workshops and some tutorials, especially around the redacted hackathon on things like that. We got to a point now where, Bitte has really started to grow this out. They have a full registry now. You can see analytics, and they've actually been doing a bounty program for a little while outside of hackathons to allow builders to contribute different agents that are beneficial to the entire ecosystem and just in general things that are like necessary or that you maybe would want as part of an AI agent system. And today we have a really awesome episode where two of those bounty winners are going to come on and talk about what they built for BitDay. We also have Microchip from BitDay to talk about building agents. And on top of all of that, we're announcing that at DevHub, we matched those bounties to these developers for the work that they did. So we've done a bounty matching program in the past, and we felt that it was important to recognize developers. So these are all really exciting things that I think are a big part of what we're trying to get across here on Near, and just again what BitDay is doing with all their AI agents. So with no more delay, let me introduce everybody and let's get started with talking about AI agents. All right. Thanks, everyone. Thanks for joining me today. We have here Slime, we have Deswinder, and we have Micro. And guys, maybe we could just start with talking a little bit about what you guys actually built and what that looked like for the bounty program. Jazz, you want to go first?
Sure. Yeah, I can go first quickly. So I built a Dow agent on top of Bitte protocol. The Dow agent lets you interact with your Sputnik V2 contracts at the moment. So you want to query your DAOs, you want to create proposals, you want to vote on proposals, you want to transfer funds, near or fungible tokens, you can do all of that stuff. There's a bunch of new features coming soon as well. So yeah, all the things that you want to do with your Sputnik V2 contracts are already part of the Dow agent, and some new features are coming along.
Awesome. And Slime, what did you build?
Hi, I built a staking agent. It can do staking, unstaking, and that's all.
Nice.
That's all you need from a staking agent.
Yeah. No, awesome. Great stuff. And Micro, you want to talk a little bit about kind of what you guys are doing to enable them to build agents like this?
Yeah, sure. So, I mean, I think we're building this framework, right? This agent framework that it's pretty simple. You pretty much any API can become an agent, and that's kind of like what these folks did. They built an API, attached a file, like a single manifest file that kind of explains what the API does. And then our runtime, when ingests this data, makes these APIs smart, right? So that's kind of like what we're building. And it's very nice to see like enabling developers to do this, because they don't need to like create open API keys or not, sorry, open AI keys. They don't need like any of this stuff, because just plugging into the Bitte runtime, we are the ones paying upfront the cost of the AI inference. So I think it's just a very good enabler for developers in general that don't want to like spend a lot of money to experiment with these tools.
Yeah, one of the things that you guys have is, so there's two parts of it. One is obviously your like main registry, but then you also have a playground where anyone can just, from their local setup, actually start building and trying this out, right?
Yes, exactly. Like you can run these things locally, connect directly with the runtime, and it works the same way as it would work live, right?
Yep. Perfect. So Jazz, let's start with you and what you did for DAOs. Now, this is something that has obviously been an issue across all ecosystems. It's just DAO tooling in general. Why did an AI agent make sense here?
Right. I I feel like for me personally, I essentially use Sputnik V2 contracts a lot. And after a point of time, I was kind of done with the UIs for multiple reasons. So I was actually doing CLI to do it, and it was a bit complex, obviously. Um, I feel like the AI agent, the whole natural language processing interface to interact with the smart contracts or even just general data is just an easy way to sort of interact. And I feel like even in the UI, uh, doing the going to the exact point of doing something is difficult as compared to just saying something like, "What are the proposals I can vote on? Uh, Show me the details of a certain proposal." I feel like it just makes it very easy. Like this stuff is easy in the UI for sure, and sometimes UIs can be clunky and whatnot. But with natural language, it became like really simple, right? It's like interacting with the V2 contracts in a more organic way than interacting with it in fixed 7 things that a UI can do, right?
Mm-hmm.
So stuff like, and I'm thinking to add much more functionality to it, in which you can do probably more intelligent stuff. Say something like, what are the most important proposals I should look at right now, and not just the top 5 even.
Right.
What are the proposals I need to give more importance to right now, stuff like that. So just interacting with all the V2 data in a very organic / user friendly way is the ultimate goal for sure. But yeah, to me, because I keep on sending my friends and other people of the different DAOs that I'm part of to either create proposals or sign proposals or just push them to vote on proposals that are pending. And then they have to go to, I don't know, multiple clicks to find that out. But with the agent, it
Right.
was as easy as saying, get me all the DAOs I'm part of, get me all the proposals I can vote on, show me the details of this proposal, vote yes, vote no, etc. So it's
Yeah.
super easy, and it was a personal pain point for me. So I actually just wanted to build it for myself and my other DAO members initially, and it also kept it in like beta for 2 months and not told about it to anyone before it went to production.
Yeah, no, I think it makes sense. And Slime, this is a good time to kind of bring up also what you built with the staking part, is that one of the things that Agent seems to do really well is make crypto transactions more accessible to people. I no longer have to go through my wallet, and even though this is actually inside a wallet, it's inside the Bitte wallet, but it doesn't feel like a wallet. It just feels like I'm having a chat. Slime, did you see that as an opportunity for the staking piece there?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. But actually, what I want to do is I wanted to stake in my Bitte wallet. I actually wanted to do this, but found out that there's no such thing inside the wallet. But then I thought it might be like an opportunity to create something completely new that is like a new era of UI. So you don't have to choose which validator you want to unstake with. You don't have to claim after that. You just say, I want to unstake 15 year. And it sees what validators you are staking with. It will claim if you have already some balance unstaked waiting for you to claim. It will unclaim from one validator or unstake, I mean, if not enough, it will unstake from the second validator, and it literally everything happens with one click of a button with one prompt, and you don't have
Interesting.
to have all this knowledge of how things work. You just
Yeah.
unstake, and that's all.
Really, that's really interesting. And so it's not only just trying to simplify the process there, but you're also actually like changing how all the mechanisms are working without having to present that to the end user, which I think is really interesting.
Yeah.
In and this is for anybody, but maybe Micro, you might be the best one to answer this. Was that part of, as you guys were starting to see the potential here, building your own runtime and putting it inside the wallet, was the idea of like, look, we can start to enable developers to do something like we're not offering staking. We're a wallet, but we don't have a staking button. But this is a great opportunity where like, hey, devs can do this and they can actually make it better than it would be normally if you guys had a button that said stake here or whatever it is.
100%. That was so we, you know, we were very conscious that we were building a wallet, and we had to build all of these different things like staking, transfer NFTs, do this, do that. I mean, the list goes on and on, right? But as we started integrating AI more and more into the wallet, our goal was to let anyone build whatever features they want to see in the wallet and just make it very accessible for everyone, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's exactly, these are two success cases for us because, you know, we don't want to build the staking. We want someone that's, you know, that knows better how to build this stuff and wants to kind of maintain that to do it, or DAOs, or, you know, any use case. And that's 100% the reason why we let everyone do this.
Yeah. Jazz or Slime, either one. How was the actual development process for something like this? What was, you know, both what challenges did you maybe face, and kind of just overall, what was it like to build something like this versus something more traditional, like a web, you know, front end and back end?
For me, it was like just a format macro. Like you get some data in input, like the validator address .near and the amount, and you basically just multiply the amount by some by 10 to 24th, and just return the transaction, and it sends it. So for me, it was not like anything difficult. It was like just an API endpoint that formats the data the way the staking agent will, the AI will understand it, and
yeah,
then the
interesting. So
that's
really
most
data
trouble.
driven, right?
The AI can do workflows on its own. You just have to give it a specific command that the user might not give the command in the correct format for the first time, but if you have like even a hard-coded prompt, you can just instruct it to do certain things and it will do it.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah, there's actually something that I copied from Slime's code shamelessly, which was just returning a prompt and the data as well. So instead of returning an unsigned transaction, which was what I was doing earlier and was seeing some hallucinations, I started returning a prompt saying, this is the data. Please use the generate transaction tool to generate the transaction instead of returning an unsigned transaction. And it was so much more accurate with the transaction data. Otherwise, earlier I was seeing some hallucinations. So that kind of made me realize that you can actually return anything from your APIs and not just transactions, because my earlier understanding was that you return unsigned transactions and then the wallet just lets you sign it.
Mm-hmm.
And the only thing that the runtime does is parse your natural query into API arguments for the specific APIs that are available. But it actually also does a bunch of stuff on the returned output. So it's not like the returned output goes into a